Tonight we are blasting off to infinity and beyond as we take a look at the Disney classic Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. The Toy Story spin-off that follows Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear as he takes a crew of rookies under his wing to investigate criminal activity across the galaxy as they attempt to stop Emperor Zurg's evil plans of destroying the universe. The show lasted for one 62-episode season and aired in October 2000 following the success of the direct-to-video film. So now that we have the background, let's take a look at a couple of episodes. First up we have the Talk Armada. So in space we see a town as we then see Booster and XR floating down to the ground. They say to watch each other's backs as they then arrive to some black hole club. XR talks a lot as he is a very talkative robot. He says the people inside the club are bad people as Booster then presses his watch to reveal who he needs to arrest. The person has unpaid parking tickets as he is wanted in every state. Booster says he is ready as XR tells him to listen to him. But we then see that Booster has already entered the club. He storms around as everyone else watches on. They are very angry as XR can't find Booster. Booster walks up to the bad guy as he says he is under arrest. The bad guy pulls out his gun as Booster is scared. XR is confused on why Booster decided to walk straight up to the bad guy. They tell him to put down the gun as the bad guy says he isn't scared of Space Rangers as someone then says he should be as everyone else runs off. Suddenly it is revealed it is Buzz as he comes out attacking. He knocks the gun out of his hand as everyone else is scared. He thinks he has the bad guy captured but all of a sudden he pulls out 2 more guns and fires away. Buzz attacks back as it is an epic battle. Everyone joins in as XR then gets out of there. All of a sudden Myra comes out of the wall as she stops a bad guy attacking Buzz. The battle goes on as XR then drops a net on the bad guy. The gang get the bad guy as he is annoyed. So back on the ship, the bad guy tells a joke to Buzz as Buzz isn't happy with him chatting a lot. The bad guy says they should fight again as Buzz says anytime. Suddenly someone says to Buzz they are entering Star Command as XR and Booster try to get in. But the guard bot hits XR and he goes flying. The bad guy gets taken away by the guard bot as Buzz waves him off. XR then asks what is next as he talks a lot again. The gang then checks some boy as Myra says it is boring. Buzz then asks what could go wrong as XR explains they could explode. Buzz then asks more questions as the gang answer the questions. Buzz says safety is job number 1 as it saves lives as XR then gets hit by a tanker. Buzz explains how the boys lead the tankers around using electrical fields. Buzz asks if everyone is ready as Booster is very eager. So on the prison bus the guards are watching the prisoners as the bad guy tells some fly boy to keep quiet as there is some noise. It is an ambush. The guards get into a fight with the robots as Talk tries to break free. The fly boy is scared as the robots free Talk. He gets out of there as over at Zurg's place. Talk arrives as he then gets placed on a table and gets strapped down. A laser comes out as Zurg welcomes him to his house. Talk is impressed as Zurg explains he has plans for Talk. Talk tries to pass as Zurg is not impressed with him declining. Zurg says he can't get out of there as the bars are very tight as he thanks the grubs for helping him as Zurg then says Talk is about to get amazing powers as Talk gets zapped as Zurg walks away. Talk gets zapped as we then see Buzz fix the boys in space. The rest of the gang help as well as XR can't get a light on. Booster then breaks it as chaos unfolds. Buzz then fixes another as Crockett then comes out to annoy Buzz as Buzz asks what he wants as Crockett then reveals the prison bus was ambushed by robots and Talk escaped. Buzz can't believe it as he calls the gang together. Crockett says it is his job as he flies back to the space station. The gang are not happy as Crockett laughs away. Booster talks away as Buzz gets angry. Myra asks what is up as she wants him to open up. Buzz says when duty calls a ranger answers as Myra asks how he really feels. Buzz goes on a rant about Talk, Crockett, and Zurg as Myra is impressed Buzz finally opened up. So over at Zurg's, Zurg is zapping his laser at someone as Talk then walks in. The guy gets dropped through the floor as Zurg asks how Talk is doing. Talk says he has no special powers as Zurg comes to inspect. He says the grubs have done a good job as Talk gets angry with Zurg as he then tells him never to touch him again. Zurg tells Talk how to activate his special powers as Talk then clones himself. Zurg can't believe it as Talk clones himself again. Zurg then tells Talk they have to stop his greatest enemy. So Buzz is still working away as Talk then arrives. He challenges Buzz to a fight as he drives around. Buzz accepts the fight as he chases Talk. He fires lasers at him as Buzz tries to keep up. All of a sudden Buzz is surrounded by clones as he gets trapped. He can't believe it as Talk boasts away. The clones surround Buzz as the rest of the gang are still working on some boys. XR says it is not like Buzz for him not to check in, as Booster then says he might be in trouble, as Talk then surrounds the gang and traps them on a tanker. Talk talks about the unbreakable metal as XR says Buzz will find them, as Talk then shows off Buzz as he is also strapped to the tanker. Talk starts his plan as the clones destroy the boys. They ride away as the tanker goes off path as they are heading towards Earth. The gang can't believe it as Myra then gets out. She saves the rest of the gang as they then save Buzz. XR gives a status update. Buzz can't believe it as Myra says she has tried everything from the inside as the gang try to figure their way out of this tricky situation. Buzz flies off as the gang follow him. They grab the boys and use them to stop the tankers. The rest of the gang help as they manage to get them in position in time before the tankers crash into Earth. The tankers head off as the gang are happy. They all thank Buzz as over at Zurg's. He is watching Earth as it hasn't blown up. He can't believe it as he blames the grubs. They reply what happened as Buzz is smug. Zurg cries as he can't believe it. He then asks how the Rangers escaped as the grubs are scared for their lives. Zurg gets mad at the grubs as back at the Black Hole Club. Talk walks in with his clones. Buzz then arrives as everyone is scared. Talk says he is ready to fight again as the gang arrive. There is backup this time as they then all get into a fight. On the prison bus we see all the clones arrested as Buzz makes a joke towards him. Booster is happy as Buzz then talks to Myra as he then saves Myra from getting crushed from another tanker. Myra blushes as Buzz says safety is job number one as Crockett then comes out and says he is annoyed at Buzz for getting him to change his job. Buzz talks a lot about safety as the gang then fly off. The episode then ends on that note. Next up we have Inside Job. So in space we see some ships going at it as Buzz is being chased by someone. He does a spin as the other ship gets hit by the rocks. Buzz boasts about his spinning as the other ship comes back. Buzz tries to escape the missiles as he then stops the ship and goes underneath the other ship and missiles. Buzz then attacks the other ship as the simulation is then over. The gang come over and say Buzz did amazing. Buzz says the training was hard as the other Ranger comes out. Myra is impressed as XR says he is nothing special. Buzz thanks the other Ranger as he says his name is Flash. He says he loves Buzz as Booster then butts in. He talks a lot of rubbish as Buzz wants to know more about Flash as they get to know each other. Suddenly someone calls Buzz on his arm radio thing as Booster then takes Buzz away for the mission. Myra waves to Flash as we then see a planet. Buzz explains everything as the president explains they have a message from the leader of the planet. The leader says the planet is ready to join forces as Mr. Mustache then explains where the Rangers come in. They explain not all folks are happy with the plan as we then see some purple dudes as they are all angry with the leader. They say the leader is going to have a little accident as everyone is shocked. The guy shoots away as Buzz is talking about hands or something as the president says the signing is tomorrow as she gets the gang to watch over the leader. Mustache explains everything as Buzz then asks for extra help as he gets Flash on board. Booster doesn't understand why Buzz likes him as Myra tells him to give Flash a chance. Booster pulls funny faces as Flash runs off to look at the bin. He says it is all clear as Buzz says that is a good idea, checking everywhere for traps as Booster then harasses some bellboy. He throws the clothes everywhere as Booster then finds a toothbrush. He is then embarrassed as the bellboy reports him to security. Everyone else is embarrassed as Flash says they should check the staff files as Buzz says that is a good idea and Booster should take a page out of Flash's book. Booster is sad as the gang go off. They arrive in a room as they look around. XR finds the bed as Buzz says it isn't time for nap as XR then tests the bed. Booster clears the bathroom as Flash says everywhere else is clear. Buzz is impressed as Tremenda then gets a message from someone as the minion explains the leader is going to get an explosive surprise. They say it is good they have a man on the inside. They laugh away as Buzz calls all the Rangers together as Mustache arrives at the door. Buzz asks where is the leader as Mustache points down to the ground. The leader is very small as he comes in. The Rangers greet the leader as they talk about how small he is. He then looks around the room as Buzz watches him. Flash says everything is looking good as Buzz then asks him about the leader. Flash says it is very surprising as Buzz is impressed. Myra says they want to learn about the planet as the leader is enjoying his robe. Booster introduces himself as the leader then takes a ride on the bed. Flash watches on as XR then runs into the bathroom and explodes as he bumps into some shampoo. Chaos unfolds as they try to save the leader. So they put the leader in a different room as Buzz says it was very close that the leader got hurt. Buzz then asks Booster why he didn't spot anything as Booster says there was no bomb and it must have been put in later. Buzz doesn't believe him as Booster tries to defend himself. So Flash is then revealed to be a robot with a lot of purple guys inside as they come out and phone Tremenda. They laugh away as Buzz then talks about what happened as He says today they will do everything the Ranger way as the gang check everything and everywhere as Flash rushes off to do something bad. Booster then spots him as Flash tries to explain himself. Booster boasts to Buzz as he talks about Flash and how he is a traitor. Flash tries to defend himself and his nose clipper as XR laughs at Booster. Booster says he is right as Mustache then shouts at Buzz. Buzz says it is better to be safe than sorry as Booster tries to explain himself. Buzz tells them to get back to work as he then asks what is up with Booster. Myra says he thinks he is being replaced as XR talks a lot. Myra takes XR away as Flash comes over and says he is worried about Booster. Buzz says everything will be okay as Booster is still checking everything as Buzz gives him a mission. XR butts in as he ruins the plan and reveals that Buzz is trying to let Booster have the day off. Booster gets sad as he goes to the room and sulks. He falls onto the bed as Flash then comes over and uses his eye to see the leader. He pulls out his gun as Booster then walks around and finds Flash outside. Booster goes over to him as Flash can't believe it. He asks what Booster is doing here as he says sorry to Flash as he says he was jealous of him and Buzz. Flash wants to hurry everything up as he wants to shoot the leader. Booster grabs the gun as he thinks it is the nose clipper as he then puts it up his nose. His head blows off as Booster can't believe it as the purple guys come out and attack Booster. They wrap him up as Booster tries to escape, but the purple dudes attack back. They capture Booster as the purple dudes go off to kill the leader. So the president is talking away as the leader arrives to the podium. Flash then runs in and says there are bad guys in the hallway as the gang follows him. Flash then corners the gang as the purple dudes come out and explain there was no real Flash. They then capture the rest of the gang as Booster tries to get out of the bath. He escapes as the leader is talking away. The purple dudes invade as they try to kill the leader. The president can't believe it as Booster tries to get there in time. Booster arrives to save the day as he crushes the leader. The purple dudes attack as the president then sees the gang trapped. She saves them with a lamp as Buzz orders the gang to attack. The purple dudes continue to attack as the leader laughs away. The rest of the gang arrive as Buzz says they will talk later as a rocket arrives and takes the purple dudes away. Buzz tells Booster to watch the leader as the purple dudes boast away as Buzz is then on their tail. Buzz tries to stop the ship as he then shoots them down. He arrests them as the leader then signs the treaty as the purple dudes are trapped in a cage. Buzz says he is proud of Booster as he has another mission for him. Booster doesn't want to do another mission as Buzz then surprises Booster by saying he is going to have fun with the leader. Booster is then happy as the leader says he wants a dessert as Buzz laughs away. The episode ends on that note. Finally we have the Beasts of Corran. So in space, Buzz is trying to call someone as Buzz explains it has been 3 months since someone has reported in and it's up to Buzz to find out what is going on. They then get attacked by some creature as it knocks off the signal. Buzz says it is no biggie as XR repeats they won't be able to find the way as Buzz doesn't care. Booster asks how they are going to land as Buzz says by the seat of their pants as Booster makes a joke about wearing big pants. Buzz tries to contact the people once again as he get nothing in return. They wonder if the doctor is okay as XR asks why would anyone want to be alone on a planet as some creatures attack the ship. Buzz says now it is a big problem as they spin around. XR messes around as they hit a bug. Buzz lands the ship in some water as he lands blind. The ship sinks as the gang gets spit out of it. They land on some ground as Booster messes around. Buzz says they have to find the doctor as Booster then hears something coming towards the gang. The gang get ready to attack as it is then revealed to be a robot. They tell Buzz to leave as it is then revealed to be the doctor. The doctor shows the way as the gang follow her. The creatures try to attack the gang as Myra wants to attack. The doctor stops her as she tells her they only want something to eat. The doctor isn't happy as she continues to show the way. They head back to the lab as the gang rush in. The doctor closes the door as XR isn't happy. The doctor explains what she does around here as Myra can't believe it. The doctor takes off her suit as the boys get a little happy. Okay, that's so weird. She says the gang can stay a night as XR tries to flirt with the doctor. Buzz then asks why she hasn't replied for 3 months as she explains the system has been down and has been too busy to fix it. The doctor explains people hunt the creatures to sell on the black market. The doctor is mad as Buzz says the gang are here for her as the doctor doesn't want their help as Booster falls in love with a creature. The doctor says it is dangerous as they throw him out. The doctor gives them stuff to get a good night's sleep as she wishes them a good night. The lights go out as it then becomes the next day. Buzz wakes up to some loud noises. XR is panicking as it is just the doctor as she is coming back from an early morning trip to pick some berries for breakfast. The doctor is very rude as Myra asks how they are going to fix the ship. The doctor explains there is a 2-hour safety window as Buzz is happy with the plan. The doctor tells them to watch their step as they take the car out to the ship. Buzz gives instructions to the gang as XR and Booster are left to deal with the ship, so they work away as Booster then follows an eel. We then see some guy as he is watching Booster swim around. He wants to capture him as Booster then gets kidnapped. The guy laughs away as he takes Booster away as XR is working away by himself. He then spots that Booster is missing as the guy returns to his ship. He places Booster in a cage as Booster is mad. Booster then figures out the guy is the con artist Swack as Swack talks to his sidekick. Booster says he is a ranger as Swack tries to sell him off. Booster says he isn't for sale as Swack gets scared at the mention of Buzz. Booster boasts away as Swack says he is coming with them as the sidekick laughs away. Swack tells him to put Booster in the back of the ship. So the other three are driving around. They come out to see some creature on the satellite. Buzz says he will help as the doctor says he can't hurt her as Myra is confused by the doctor. Myra tries to figure out a plan without hurting the creature as Buzz does some things. Suddenly the radio comes on as Buzz is confused. The doctor chimes in by explaining she has been tracking them. Buzz then spots a ship flying off as the doctor says they must be stealing the creatures. XR chimes in by saying Booster is missing as he comes out of the sea. The gang meet up with him as they ask what happened to Booster. XR tries to explain as the doctor tries to explain what happened to Booster as they look at his suit. Buzz says they will search for him as the doctor says her animals are more important than Booster. Buzz is not impressed. The doctor says she isn't a people person as the gang fly off. So in space Booster is still trapped on the ship as he tries to make friends with the other creatures. He spots they are tagged as he wants to use the tag to call for help. The sidekick comes back and feeds everyone as Booster gets the tag off the other creature. The doctor then gets a signal as Buzz is confused. He figures out it is a message from Booster as the doctor agrees to work with Buzz. Buzz explains Booster is in space as the con artist lands at some place. He boasts to some friends as he shows off the creatures to them. He tries to sell them the animals as they like Booster. Swack quiets Booster as he goes to show off another creature. The buyers really like Booster as they all make bids for Booster. One of them buys Booster as another gets angry at Swack. Swack gives it to the bull-looking guy as he then decides to share Booster with his friends. They all pay for Booster as Swack gets a nice payday. So in space the gang are flying away as the doctor talks about what is happening as Buzz says it is time for hyperdrive. Buzz then gets slimed as some creature has sneaked onto the ship. The gang get attacked as the doctor tells Buzz not to shoot. Buzz doesn't care as they shoot away. XR gets broken up as Booster is being led away to his new cellars. The sidekick says he doesn't have the key to unlock his mouth as the buyers are angry. Swack flies off as the sidekick is annoyed he hasn't been paid. The bull guy shoots at Booster as Booster runs away. The buyers hunt for Booster as Buzz is still trying to deal with the slime creature. He gets XR to use his jetpack to put the creature away. The doctor says the signals are out as Myra says they have backup as XR points it is out. So Booster is running away as the buyers are hunting him. They throw a spear as Booster then hides in a waterfall. Buzz is still trying to fix the ship as Myra says something is coming. They spot Swack's ship as Buzz tries to get him to pull over. Swack is embarrassed as the hunters are still looking for Booster. He finally gets caught as all of a sudden Buzz comes and saves the day. He arrests them all as all the creatures are released. Booster is angry as Swack then cries and begs for forgiveness. Buzz then gives them a punishment by leaving them here on the planet to work for the doctor. She gives them her marching orders as Buzz is happy. The episode ends on that note. What is there to say about Buzz Lightyear of Star Command? It was a great show released at the height of Toy Story and Buzz Lightyear's popularity, and it really gives a Star Wars feel with Buzz being Luke Skywalker and Zurg being Darth Vader. The gang was a great cast of characters with each of them having their own unique personality, and you can tell Myra likes Buzz, XR was annoying but very funny, and Booster was that big scaredy cat type of character. Patrick Warburton was a great Buzz and the animation style was an outstanding choice. I can't knock this show because I grew up on it and it still holds up, so overall it is a recommend from me. So thank you for watching. If you have any TV shows you like to see me do, put them in the comments.